Hi, that's my ex-boyfriend. He went to the same high school as me, and guess what? So did the two guys you're about to see.
We should cut that. I don't know about that one. She get you a drum reach for it.
I should get a teleprompter.
That cue music. The Sweat Hotel. Oh, wrong station. Got you. No. Okay. Let me try it.
Okay, hey guys, it's me, B. I'm back. Special guest, Nugget. I am so excited for you guys to watch this next video. It looks like crap. It does, and that's what it's taken me so long to get it posted. It needed a whole bunch of editing, and it still looks like crap, but I could not post it because the content is just, it's what you need to see. This video, having this conversation with these two guys, brought back so many memories, so much nostalgia. It just made me more creative just talking to these creative minds. They are incredibly talented artists that you definitely need to familiarize yourself with. He's not an artist, he's just here. Y'all, watch the interview.
That's it. Cut. Cut. That's a wrap. Wrap it up, people. Yeah, wrap it up. Let's go. Hey, you, get the lights.
Anywho, I have Nickolas Vaughan and DeAnthony Dulaney, both incredible artists that you need to know. Listen to what they had to say.
I'm good.
All right, so I am here today to interview my good friends. Well, I won't say good friends, but some very interesting, talented fellows that I met back in Mobile. They are artists, they are creative, they are beautiful, they are wonderful and extremely talented. I have Nickolas Vaughan and DeAnthony Dulaney. What stood out to me with DeAnthony was how much I feel like he's pouring into our community. I feel like he's providing opportunities in a city where I feel like there weren't many when I was younger. And that's just my opinion, but I wasn't exposed to them. And I feel like he's providing that. And I appreciate that. And I reached out to Nick because I follow him on Instagram. And I think a couple weeks ago, he made a post about not being like jack of all trades, but wearing different hats. And I appreciated that because I feel like for a long time, I didn't feel like I could share my art with the world because I wasn't great at one, but I dabbled in a lot. And so like connecting them all and just like feeling like I don't have to define myself by one medium. I feel like that's amazing. So I reached out to these guys and here we are.
Hey.
All right, it is good to have you guys. First of all, I would like to know, how old were you when you considered yourself an artist?
I think I was like maybe 5 or 6. I feel like I was creating right there by the floor, actually, where our high school was. Like I went to Tomerville Warren Street United Methodist Church, and my mom worked there, and so we were there every day, all day. And because we were there, we had to be creative. We were in a church as little kids, me and my brothers, and we just started writing plays and like shooting films and doing animation and like just doing all different types of stuff at a very young age. And so I always knew.
Nice. What about you?
I think, yeah, I was young. My dad's an artist, and I was always around artists. He had friends that were artists, you know. So it was just like I never considered myself anything but an artist, you know.
Yes. I think for me, the actual like the label artist, I feel like my whole life I've been creative, but I don't think I put that label, like I considered myself an artist until probably like this past year. Just because just because I do these things, I write these things, I like the arts, but I didn't feel like I had accomplished enough to be considered an artist or put out enough to be considered, like have that label. You know what I mean? what is your favorite medium? We were just talking about how you do a lot of different things. So what's your favorite?
I think that's the hard part. I think that's the hard part of being and I call it multi-hyphenate artist, is because I love them all. Like, and with this quarantine, I think it's giving me an opportunity to like shut the rest of the world off and just do what I like to do. So there are certain days I wake up and I'm sculpting something with clay, and then the next hour I'm like, let me write a song, and I'm writing a song, and like I'm collaborating with somebody in Seattle. Like Zoom is great because you can like do so many things. So I feel like my favorite is just to collaborate. I think collaboration is like my favorite thing to do.
Okay. And how about you, Dulaney?
Just I'm a traditional artist. I like paintbrush. I like pencil. Like I've been working digitally a lot often, but I miss the paint. I miss, getting my hands dirty with paint and that. I love that. I love that aspect of the art.
I am not good with the painting and the drawing, and I feel like that's do either of you do like arts and crafts, like the cricketing and the all that? Okay, so I feel like with me this past year, I've had my cricket like 3 years, but like this past year, I am obsessed with my cricket, and I feel like doing the visual kind of actually made me more confident as an artist, because my favorite medium is words. I can write whatever. I love to write. Now I can create these visuals for stuff. So like, I feel like I'm producing way more now. So I like it.
Those crickets are
they are amazing. I could probably talk about crickets all day. I was literally just cricketing before this. All day, every day. Seriously, it's sick. It's sick. Did you go to college? And did you graduate? Did you study something related to art?
All right. Yeah, I went to college for a little bit. I went to Bishop State and I went to South Alabama. School things just wasn't for me as far as the arts concerned. Like I felt it was too constricting. Yeah, I feel like it was a little constricting for me. I feel like I want to do certain things, and I feel like I had to step back, and I don't know. It wasn't my deal. But more power to anybody who does go to college and everything for what they want to do with the arts and everything. But for me personally, it wasn't for me. I think I was more of a hands-on. I was able to move and be like moved to Atlanta, and I got into the art scene, and I just learned hands-on with artists who have been doing it, who are up and coming doing it. I like that. I like learning like that a lot more than I like that classroom.
Okay. Nice. What about you, Nick?
I went to Howard University in DC.
Oh.
And so after leaving Mobile, going straight to Howard, it was a lot. It was a big difference. But I think it helped me to like really solidify what I love to do. I majored in musical theater, so I really love to act. I really love to sing. I love to dance, and I was like, I need to do all three of these. And so they had a program for musical theater, and it's like all these Black people who are all talented, who can sing, and it was just crazy. It was like being in Fame, like the movie, but like in real life. Yeah. Okay. And we had to do everything. We had to like make sets. We had to paint. We had to learn lighting. We had to learn all these different types of things, and I loved that. It wasn't just straight acting, straight dancing. It was everything. So that helped me to be an artist. Like I designed sets when I was in school, and like I was up at night painting like floors and spray. Like it was cool. So it helped maybe. And I started doing photography in school, and it helped me to like do Photoshop and.
You went to Howard, like that's dope. Like what I'm saying. I feel like it was the college that I went to also that made me be like, this ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? I think it was a better experience. I would have been able to, I would have probably wanted to stick in there longer and do, stay with the school route.
Yeah, it all depends on the school. Yeah, each one has.
And what did you study? Like, what's your major when you were in school?
Because I feel like I felt like everyone has a different perspective and a different upbringing, but I feel like going into college, I didn't feel supported choosing something in the arts. So
Yeah.
it didn't work out for me. I went to Troy Online for forever, and I dabbled with this. I changed my major a million times, and it didn't work for me. But I mean, I found what I'm doing now and what I love, and here I am. So I don't regret it. I feel like
that's a good thing about us being creators. I feel like we'll find it. We'll get there. It's different routes. It's always different routes to get to that. So, you know, if you go to school, if you don't go to school, you know, it's all about a journey in yourself too, like finding what you want to do as an artist or who you are as an artist. And that all comes from your journey. So whether it be school, whether it be not going to school, whichever way, it helps you get to where you're trying to, you know, be.
Yeah. I feel like I learned so much out in the real world. Like you said, like learning from other artists who are already doing it. I feel like as soon as I graduated Howard, some of my friends, they were all going to grad school. It was all about go to Juilliard, go to NYU, get these next level degrees for you to really be an actor. And I'm like, okay, but I just started working in DC and started like doing theater and like learning from the greats who were in my city. And I was like, oh, I'm learning, this is my grad school. This is my education. It's learning from other people. So
yeah.
I like it. So we mentioned that, I mentioned that we all graduated from LaFleur. Good old John L. What I really, really wanted to focus on, what I wanted to hear, like, your perspective on is how did you feel growing up a creative mind, a young Black creative mind in Mobile, Alabama?
We have one thing in common. We had the band, the marching band. And I feel like being in a marching band, one, it teaches you like, you know, how to, what is it? It teaches you responsibility. You got to like show up. You got to do some things you don't want to do, but also it's for the greater good of the band. And I think we also got to be creative. Dulaney was a dancer, pop locking. He was like the dancer. And so I feel like we had these talents that were fostered. You know, people liked it. We felt, you know, it was like we had a creative school. You know, I don't know. I feel like we were lucky to go to LaFleur. Yeah. I feel like LaFleur is like the Howard. I went to Howard and I went to another Howard.
Right. That's like LaFleur was an HBCU training school.
It was.
Oh. Yes, it was. So you felt supported too, Dulaney?
I'm sorry.
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to say I just feel like just super supported. A lot of people don't know how to support when you're creative and your parents, your people, a lot of people around you, and they're not creatives. They don't necessarily not support you. They just don't know how to. So I don't necessarily think I wasn't supported. It's just, it wasn't, I didn't have enough influence around me to really, help me get to the next level until I was able to move out on my own and, find other people. But yeah, like I said, I wouldn't say it wasn't not supported, just not nurtured, I'd say, I guess.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Nice. I really like that. I like that you use the word nurtured because I feel like, Nick, you said that like, we felt lucky to go to LaFleur. And y'all, no hate on LaFleur. I love my school, my alma mater. You made a good point. You were like lead drum major and you were a super talented dancer, Dulaney. Like I knew you. We never went to LaFleur at the same time, and I still knew you as Dulaney. Like but our school was like for the performing arts, Yeah. So I felt like, what I did, and I think that's part of the reason it took me so long to acknowledge myself as an artist, because I didn't feel like what I did was encouraged like in art. Mm-hmm. Because there's so much focus on like the dancers and the band and the athletes, but not like we didn't have like a world-class writing program.
Right.
Yeah.
So I had no idea what I wanted to do and what I could do with writing. Like I didn't even, I was young and dumb. I didn't do the research. I didn't know like what to study. I was like, I can't just go to college to write poetry,
Write what you want to write.
Right. So I feel like I didn't have that guidance. But other than that, like, like I mentioned earlier, I really appreciate Dulaney being in Mobile. And I can remember years ago on Facebook seeing you made like you probably don't even remember, you made a post that just stuck with me. It was before I moved to Illinois. The city, there was some event happening downtown now, and then like that night you made a post about like, why do y'all complain about Mobile not having nothing, and then they have something and y'all don't support? And I was like, yes. And I feel like you stayed true to that. You like opening a studio there, you doing all this stuff and making sure that like the city has stuff. And I see you supporting like this art walk and painting murals downtown, and I really dig that. I like that a lot.
Appreciate it. That's really important for us to, because we didn't see, and the guys that are in that are in my crew in Break Up Revolt, Brandon Stallworth and Consley Porter, they both went to LaFleur also. They went to LaFleur also, came out like a couple years before us. So, you know, all had the same art teacher, all that. So, you know, we were like, you know, we didn't have a lot of artists around. We had like A.C. Smith. He been doing characters of people since we were all little. But, you know, that was like the only artist that we knew. So we felt like it was really important to show kids that are growing up, high school kids, like, you know, just kids who have a creative, you know, talent, and parents don't know how to support it or how to encourage them. If they see somebody who looks like them in their city who's doing it, then, you know, they could, you know, just have that little bit more boost than we had. You know, we were able to do this with not a lot of boost. So if we get with some kids and give them a, you know what I'm saying, light a little fire under their ass, they can see somebody doing it, then they can do even, you know, be even bigger than us. That's what I want. I want kids to like just you know, do more than I'm doing out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that.
I think that goes back to like the whole nurture thing you're talking about, and about like people not supporting you, or like it's not that they're not supporting you, it's that they're not nurturing something. I think it all has to do with education, like exposure. Like parents can't support something that they don't understand. It's like, what you want to do? I don't get that. But it's like
They
if
don't
they
understand.
got it, they saw an example of it, it'll be easier for them to support you in it. It's like, oh, you know, like homeboy, he do it. It's like, oh, okay, you can go do that. I support you on that because
Right.
What is one of your fondest memories of Mobile, Nick?
Like Mardi Gras. You know, Mardi Gras. I feel like during that time, it's I feel it even today. Like if there's a day where it's cold outside and I'm in the street or downtown somewhere in any city in New York, and I feel like a chill in the air, and I'm like walking, I'm like, oh, this reminds me of like the parades, and this reminds me of like that energy in the streets, and like everybody's out, everybody's doing something. That's my fondest memory, and I feel like I've been chasing that feeling all my life. Like I want to like bring that back, you know.
Okay. What about you, Dulaney? Okay, so I feel like
I'm still making memories. I don't know.
that's a nice way to put it. Yes, you are still making memories there. I feel like our city gets a lot of crap about like not being the best, being small, and all, they get a bad rep. And I mean, it wasn't all great, but it wasn't all terrible either. So I think meeting my best friend Simone was probably my like. She came in perfect for me. Like, oh my God, she is a psycho, y'all. She is, but yeah, we were just having a conversation about meeting people like at the like people come into your lives at the right time. And I feel like I credit her a lot with this because like she fostered, like I was saying, I was like insecure with my voice and feeling like an artist or creative or feeling, and she helped me find in my voice because she was so like I always had these thoughts, had these feelings, but she was so loud and so outspoken and so like, do what you want, who cares, blah, blah. And so she helped me kind of grow into that. Like, yeah, I credit her. Yeah. All right. So before we go, I need you guys to tell us what you're up to. Tell us what you're working on, how we can support you, where to find you. How about you, Dulaney? What's going on?
Oh man. All right. So last month we just opened Creative Culture Studios on 15 Upham Street, Mobile, Alabama. It's in Midtown. It's a creative hub. You know, everybody in the city who just has that creative mindset and wants some inspiration, like you can come around and come hang out. You know, we do paint parties. We do, you know, everything art related, one-stop art shop type deal. You know, all local artists and everything. We got so much going on. We got more murals coming up downtown. So you can follow me on Instagram at @IAM_diplomat, at @redcup_revolt, and at Creative Culture Studios 251.
Now I'm doing both behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. Right now I'm starting a gig. The show I was working on is called We're Here. It's on HBO. And it's like a docu-series. And we just got nominated for an Emmy, so I'm excited about that. And we're going to season 2, hopefully in the next month or so. So working behind the scenes on that. And then I'm also doing my own art, and you'll see that on my Instagram. And I'm working on a couple of films, and just I have a lot of things that are like boiling. You know, they're not ready to be announced yet, but I've been working a lot. So you can find my stuff on Nickster V, at Nickster_V is my Instagram. And yeah, so you should see a lot of the stuff will drop next year. So I'm excited.
Nice. I am so grateful that you guys came on with me, because it does mean a lot to have representation. I think that matters a lot. And like I said, just like your contributions to the community and your like dedication, Nick, to like being yourself and being multifaceted just really intrigues me. And I feel like it is inspiring to a lot of people who feel like they have to fit a certain mold. And we need to just like completely you can find art everywhere, in everything. Everybody can be an art. Well, I mean, can't be the best, but everybody can make art, you know? Like, so I appreciate it. And I just wanted to say thanks, guys, for coming on and chat with me. I'm so glad you guys are watching. Like and share, and then find these guys and like and share their stuff too. They're amazing. You won't regret it. That's about it. See you guys next time.
Go Rattlers.
Was the game out here?
Hell yeah.
That's it. We all done.
I ain't get no cue, no.
Nugget.
That's all I got. What's up?